All right, and now we are on to chapter 7, which is called Dealing with Danger. Accidents sometimes happen when I run my dogs. When I use my dry cart, Mom likes to follow in the truck in case I have a problem. Once last fall, she clocked us at 25 miles per hour. As we descended a hill, I hit a bump and then some rocks. I nearly lost control of the cart as we bounded along on 2 wheels instead of 3. My dogs were flying at full throttle as we approached the lake. I urged them to keep running while I tried to gain control. I finally landed back on 3 wheels and finished my 6.3-mile training course in 9 minutes. But I could have died out there, and my dogs could have been seriously injured. Mom jumped out of the truck with tears streaming down her cheeks. "Are you okay?" She began checking me over. I was a little scared, I admitted, but things like this happen. I never lost control, so don't worry. Anyway, it was awesome. She gave me that mom look, which translates into something like, "Kids are impossible." "If this had been your first time running the dogs, it would have been the last," she said. I wiggled away from her to see if my dogs were all right. Mushers must always consider the weather and the condition of the trails, especially the long, hard, and grueling ones. I run some extreme trails with many corners and hills that end with sharp turns. I have to be on my toes every second. Other trails are way beyond extreme. They lead into the woods where there are 90-degree turns, followed by steep hills with sharp right and left turns. I must stay focused on to keep control of my team and my sled. I have learned from experience that racing these trails sometimes leads to broken sleds, tangled dogs, and mangled mushers. Of course, those things hurt, but they teach me to face the next difficult trail with more confidence and a better outcome. One extreme 6-mile trail in Jackman requires racers to take a sharp 90-degree angle over a makeshift bridge with ice under it. You have to cross the bridge dead center. As soon as you get off the bridge, it's a sharp right, followed by a left, then it's uphill and down a hill, sharp left downhill, then right and up another hill. Once when I was running this trail with the dogs, we hit ice before we reached the bridge. The brush bow in front of my sled slammed into the ice chips slammed into the bridge. Ice chips flew back, cutting my face. I lost control on a turn, took a digger, got a gash in my side, and broke my glasses. My heart was pummeling in my chest, and I kept pushing myself and my dogs to battle through it. We came across the finish line second that day. Wiping out was the downside of the race, but the experience made me a stronger and smarter musher. I learned exactly where to place my sled at the next time I have to cross that bridge. It took 6 stitches to close up my side and my face. Mom taped my glasses together. The next day I took first place. Last fall when I was running Canicross at Pineland, I fell on a hill and gouged my knee and my arm. It hurt too much to drive my sled, so Rev and I walked much of the way to the end of the race. We were still out on the trail after everyone else had come in. Eventually I saw Alex and one of his friends heading toward us on a 4-wheeler. They found me beaten and bloody, but that was nothing new. Alex gave me an encouraging hug and walked the rest of the way out of the woods with Rev and me. At another competition, I finished Canicross and then hooked my team to the dryland rig to run the trails with some friends. After several muddy runs with Alex, I went out with another friend. We hit a stump and slammed a tree. Wham! The cart broke. I flew forward. My friend held on, heading straight toward me with no way to steer the cart. Dogs, cart, and all ran over my leg and foot. My brother Brandon saw the accident and grabbed the dogs and turned them around. I limped along until Alex found me. He picked me up, slung me over his broad shoulder, and carried me back to Mom. I was in rough shape, but my concern was for my friend and the dogs. What a relief it was when I saw Brandon returning with them. I still hurt, but they were all right. My mom fussed over me until I stopped crying. My friends gathered around to help. I gave them a thumbs up and demanded to be bandaged so I could go out again for more training with someone else. I don't go out of my way to find challenges on the trails, but I accept them whenever they show up. I meet them head on and try to learn from my mistakes. The dogs can get hurt too. When the mushers are racing, we carry a bag large enough to hold a sick or injured dog in the basket on our sleds. I owe it to my dogs to finish every race. I refuse to let the trail beat me, no matter where I place, even if I come in dead last. I will keep trying until my team and I conquer the trail. I don't always feel this way. When I began running dogs, I often got hurt. At times I felt like giving up. When I complained to Mom, she would look at me and ask, "Would your dogs quit on you?" I'd shake my head and answer no. "Then take your dog's attitude and everything." Now I try to do this all the time. I want my dogs to rise to each new challenge with me. Every day is a test to see if we can overcome the obstacles that jump out at us. If we accept the challenges, I ask myself if we are better or worse for having tried. If we are worse, then we need to work harder. If we're better, we still need to work, but we can look back and say, we did it. In either case, I am preparing myself for those big challenges I'll meet one day in Alaska. I have my heart set on someday running the Iditarod as well as the more demanding Yukon Quest race. People have regrets because they never went after their dreams, Mom says. They never took a chance. I don't want to miss out on something and then regret it later in life. By the time I'm old enough to run the Iditarod, I'm sure I will have suffered many bruises, broken bones, and stitches. In the process, I will learn to endure the pain until I am healed and to push on until I reach my goal. That's what will get me and my dogs into that great race. My mom heard a saying somewhere that we try to live by. Scars heal, glory fades. All we have left are the memories we've made. I want a whole bunch of awesome memories. All right, that was chapter 7. Thanks, guys.